These other chains are a lot limberer. Like this one here, you can see it doubles right in there. I like them like it's here better, but these ain't twisted as tight. So the twist is up to your liking. Don't over twist it because it'll be too stiff on you. Be sure you got a long heat, and have you a piece of heavy stock that's bent to go up in through there, and start twisting it. And you can tap on it some if you have little problems. But as you're twisting, pull and turn it to your liking, and that helps remove the scale. And while you got it there, you can take your wire brush, after you got it twisted the way you want it, take a wire brush and wire it real good and move it back and forth and everything. This is a close-up of just a piece of scrap steel, and make your arbor, your mandrel from that to make that double length thing. And I've got 4 or 5 of these chains, and they're all tack welded on the ends like I just showed you, except one of them. And the other ones I've seen different places. I got a buddy who's got some, and he's got several of them that's done the same way. They're tack welded with a half double length out of one long piece. Every once in a while you find one that's they're not tack welded, and they are made with a half length and full lengths. And this is one of them here. You can see they're individually free of each other. Now when the blacksmith made this, he did a heck of a job twisting that, because it's nice and limber, and it's twisted even pretty well even. It's got a lot of wear, like tape 2 tells you. And be sure to watch tape 2, because it'll explain a lot on these here. Now, you will notice this half length they got there, it's going to be a longer material because it's sitting on the full length right there. The same way on the other end. These ends here are called toggles, and they go in through a D-ring, a round ring, and they're made out of 5/8 square. This length here is let's see, it's about 10 1/4 inches long, and this is a little bit heavier, but the others are the other chains I made 1/4 inch stock. This ring here, this thing's made here, and it's made so it'll go like this, go through the ring, catch it, and it pulls like it there. It's a real slick method of doing this. This is the latest chain I got. Yeah, I got this one from Perrysburg, Kentucky, and the ends are loose. This one chain strips inside the other. They're not tack welded or nothing. It's made a different process they used. And this short length, the material would be longer because it's resting on top of the other length. Both sides are pretty tight. They made this one's a little bit loose, but they made this pretty good. These ends here on the chains I made, and all these ends are put on last. This is about 8.5 to 8 inches long, and this here is what they call a toggle. It's made out of 1/2 inch square, what I made mine out of. I created a shoulder here, created a shoulder there. I drew this out a little bit. I tapered this, and I punched a hole in there. These here are made for quick connections. They go through a ring on a harness or a yoke. They go in there real quick. and they catch like that there. That's the reason they are, and they're called toggles. At least that's what they called them back in 1900, Susan Roebuck, when they sell these trace chains. A lot of old trace chains was made like this here. This one here is not twisted as tight as them others, and it's real limber. I really like it. They did a real good job on that one there. All these chains are very in different lengths, but the overall lengths. But in tape 2 it tells you what they were. They're all within 3 or 4 inches each other, and I measured the lengths on these old chains, and the lengths are the normal lengths are 6 inches plus or minus an inch long. So they pretty well use 6 inches for their chain lengths, for the oval lengths. Now the long length for the double one that you use manual on, it's about 10 1/4, and they varied a little bit too, but it all depended on, they wanted to center that up some. Some of them are not, some of these old chains are not exactly centered in here. Like this one here, it's down a little bit, and you can see where this is tack welded in there. They pretty well forged that. They show a lot of wear in these chains, so they used the heck out of them. I used a cold forge, and I twisted my, did all the forge welding, and I did my twisting in the cold forge. And it's a hit and miss thing. You got to take your time and everything with these double links and everything. A gas forge would be good for doing that, for the twisting part, but I wanted to do like Great Grandpa did when they didn't have gas forges. I wanted to experience the old time blacksmith, how he did things. There's nothing wrong with using a gas forge, that's fine. Makes things a lot easier and everything. Right now I'm burning coke. I usually burn blacksmith coal, but here in this part, blacksmith coal is getting hard to get. If you do things that's normally not done, don't be afraid to try something new and everything. I had an instructor one time told me, you become a better blacksmith if you get up and teach blacksmithing or show people things and stuff, and don't be afraid to try something new. This was a challenge making these double link chains, and I learned 2 or 3 processes, and I learned that they're all not made the same. It's just like the old saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Well, there's more than one way to make these chains. This is the way I did mine, and my first chain, I did a little bit different by mistake, but it was okay. And I learned a different process, 2 different processes, so I hope you learned something, and thank you for watching. When welding these links, my horns are pretty fat on the end, so sometimes I use a little anvil bit that goes in the hardy hole, and sometimes I got a railroad anvil over there that I use. It's got a real fine small horn. Works out pretty good. When welding these double link chains, you need all the room you can get. It helps. I use blacksmith coal, and that's how I did my forge welding and twisting and everything. Right now I'm using industrial coke, but when you're doing the twisting, using a gas forge would really help. But I wanted to experience what Great Grandpa used to do when they didn't have gas forges, is using the coal forge and doing my work on that. Instructor I had one time, he says, don't be afraid to try something new. It makes you a better blacksmith, and don't be afraid to teach and stuff like that there. It's a learning experiences that helps become better. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry I didn't light no fire or nothing, but you know, I tried to get as much I could in there. If I was welding stuff up in there, Hane, it'd take up too much time. So thank you for watching. I enjoy doing blacksmithing, and I really appreciate the old-time blacksmiths, the things they used to do. Thank you.